me say hello to everyone. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd do a little bit of a Q&A, get to know me. I put out questions on my Instagram and TikTok a while back now and I just haven't got around to it. I do apologise, I have a bit of a sore throat. I may have to do the whole video like this because he's getting a little bit worked up on the floor. You don't want to play anymore? No? So I may keep looking down because I've got my questions wrote on the floor because obviously I'm filming with my phone. So I wrote them all down beforehand. I don't know how long it's going to be. I only have a few, but let's get into it. First question was, how did you find pregnancy/birth? I didn't get on with pregnancy. I didn't like pregnancy at all. It got better towards the end, I will say. I don't know, I would have had such a smooth pregnancy if it wasn't for a kidney in my pelvis. When we went for a private scan at 8 weeks, the sonographer found my kidney was covering my left ovary, which then, as he grew bigger, put a lot of pressure on all the other things down there and had barely any space at all. So I had excruciating pain, and because of that I had to go for more growth scans. We found out that he was on the bigger side anyway, but he was perfect. We just had to keep going to check that blood flow, oxygen was getting down to him okay, and thankfully it was. So it was just causing me a lot of pain, to be honest, and it's still there now. Apparently I've probably had it since birth. I never knew it was there, but that explains all the ovarian pain I thought I had. So for years I've been going to the doctors thinking that I had maybe endometriosis or polycystic ovaries. Well, it turns out it's probably just my kidney down there, and that's the cause of the pain, wasn't it? Birth, on the other hand, I thought that was going to be a lot smoother than it was. I've come to terms with my birth now, but it was so traumatizing for weeks. Still to this day, I really have no words for it. So I went in Monday the 22nd. No, my contractions started Monday the 22nd at 10 p.m. I started recording them. My partner got up for work at 5 a.m. Tuesday the 23rd. I said, I don't think you should go to work. I think we need to go to hospital. We went, I got checked. I was 1 centimetre. The pains, they would just not let up. I don't know if it was because of the kidney, but they would just not go. It was constant. So they sent me home, told me to come back. I went back about 4 p.m. the same day, and I had caught an infection, so they decided to induce me, keep me in. So that started that night. Wednesday the 24th of July, he was born at 10:43 in the evening. Before that, well, I think I was starting to get confused. I think it was running on 48 hours no sleep. The pain. So I finally had the epidural around 3 p.m. I was 6 centimetres, and half an hour after that I blacked out. I can't remember any of this. They lost me essentially for 8 minutes, which means his heart rate dropped, so they pressed the emergency button. Apparently everyone came rushing into the room. We got wheeled down to theatre to have a Cat 1 emergency C-section, And about half an hour later, they pulled me round. So I was down in theatre for about half an hour. They managed to get me round, get baby's heart rate back up. So they wheeled me back down to have him naturally, which when I spoke to a member of the team last month, actually, they rung me, part of the anaesthetic team, I believe, because I had a problem obviously with the epidural. He rung up and I said that, and apparently that's not normal for them to do that. If they rush you down to emergency to have your emergency C-section, they obviously get the baby out. So he was very confused as to why they took me back to then have him 7 hours later naturally. So I found that a bit strange, that apparently they've never done that before. Let me know in the comments if you've been wheeled down to have an emergency section just for them to take you back and give birth naturally. I can't really remember much of the experience, thankfully. Can I? No. But he was all healthy, thankfully. It was just me. I had to stay in for a few days. I was on 4 antibiotics and 2 strong ibuprofen, I believe, which, yeah, I had to take home with me as well, because I actually kind of discharged myself on the Friday, the 26th, so he was born on the 24th. My iron was so low, they wanted to give me a blood transfusion, which I declined, because I just couldn't go through. My mind was not in a fit state at that time. I just wanted to go home, to be honest, so I kind of discharged myself. They said I was okay to go home. Mummy was poorly, wasn't she? Yeah. So they sent me home with a load of tablets for about 2 weeks. So yeah, that was that kind of. I might do a birth story, a more in-depth one, but yeah, birth and pregnancy wasn't good for me. And that kind of goes into the second question, is would you have another baby? Now, if you'd asked me before having kids, I would have said yes, 100%. I wanted 4. Then since being with my partner, we kind of said, oh, you know, we'll see how it goes, we'll have 2. After this one, I believe we are one and done. I don't think I could go through pregnancy, birth again, and especially the newborn trenches. That's what I found hard, actually, was the no sleep. I like my sleep a little bit too much, and probably from about week 3 to about week 9, 10, it was just hell. And to be honest, I kind of expected it, but almost didn't either, because I thought, oh, when baby naps, I'll nap. No, it doesn't work like that. You've got a million trillion other jobs to do. So yeah, I think we may be one and done. Never say never, but I mean, if we do have another one, it'll probably be when he goes to school, because I honestly don't know how people do it. I praise all of you that have multiple kids, because I can't. This next question says, where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's quite a tricky one, because obviously I've been with my partner for 2 years now. We have the baby, we have the house. Probably just marriage, but I mean, we're not overly fussed about getting married. I mean, we did say maybe that we would go down the registry office like next year and then have like a big party when he's a bit older. Probably just showing this one the world, to be honest. Do you want to travel the world before you go to school? Obviously fitting in with Jack and I being at work, but thankfully Jack works 4 on 4 off, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I'll be able to roughly do that as well. So he would work 4, then he'd be off for 4, and then I would work for 4 and then be off, you know, that kind of way. How did you know you wanted kids? I've always wanted kids, probably since the age of about 20. I'm 26, I'm 27 Friday, so I mean, I probably would have had them. If I'd met Jack like 7 years ago, I probably would have said, let's have a baby. I don't think you ever know, to be honest. Nothing can prepare you for having kids. You know, you read all the books, you watch all the shows, you go to classes. Nothing prepares you for the real thing. You can prepare as much, but until you experience it, you honestly don't know. I've just answered this one. How old are you? I'm 26, 27 on the 29th of November. I feel like I'm getting so old now, and since having a baby, I feel like I've aged about 10 years. I mean, I definitely look it. I feel like life has slowly got better as I've gotten older. I would say if I could freeze time, this is probably where I'd freeze it and live my life as a 26-year-old for the rest of my life. Are you planning to travel with baby? This is a hard one. I would say yes. I've been looking at holidays pretty much since he's been born. I'm going to get his passport done. I thought realistically I would look for September next year, because Jack doesn't want to travel with a baby. So maybe we'll go to like the Balearic Islands. That's a 2-hour flight. Possibly start him off like that. I mean, I would say Dubai, but I don't think I could put him through a 7-hour flight. Can we? No, I don't think that's fair personally, but it'd be nice, wouldn't it? Do you want to go to Dubai? Yeah. How do you feel about going back to work after maternity leave? We've had a few tears over it. I've tried not to think about it too much, because I could possibly have to go back in March. I do officially have until the 1st of June off, but the last 3 months of maternity leave you don't actually get paid, so I may have to go back in March. We don't know yet, but it's looking that way, which is a bit sad because he's only going to be 7 months. But unfortunately, in this world nowadays, both parents have to work, so that's just the way, isn't it? I had to also take early maternity leave because I was just in absolute agony, so I left back in May, which, looking back, I probably should have just persevered with it a bit more, so then I could have had longer off, but it's okay. He also came 3 weeks early, so we also got an extra 3 weeks with him. What are your Christmas plans this year with it being baby's first Christmas? So this year is going to be a bit rubbish because Jack's working. Actually, he's working the next 4 years. With his job, he can't take time off over the Christmas period, so whatever his schedule is, he has to stick to it. It'll be same with me as well because I work in a care home, but hopefully I can kind of somehow persuade them that I need time off with the baby as Jack's not at home. So this year it's just me and baby. We're going to go to my parents for lunch, spend a few hours there, come back and then see Jack's family Christmas Day evening, because that's the last of his 4 days working. So they're going to come round. Oh, we're actually seeing his sister on Christmas Eve, aren't we? I do apologise, I just realised I've been like rocking this whole video. He's currently due a nap. He's been awake for about 3 hours. Where has been your favourite place to go on holiday? I'm currently looking at holidays and don't know where to go. Oh, that's a hard one. We went on 3 holidays last year. We done a city break to Berlin, which was absolutely stunning. I mean, we went in February, but it was such a beautiful city. If you ever do get to go honestly. Then we went to Salou for 10 days in July. We went to Portaventura World, and again, lovely place. And then we went to Antalya in October, and again it was like 37 degrees, and I don't know. I would probably say Gran Canaria was nice. I'd say Berlin, to be honest. I want to go back, well, we want to go back so much. Jack loves history and all of the war stuff, and so hopefully we get to take him one day, maybe go in the summer, see it in a different season. I would definitely recommend Berlin. We stayed at the Rui Plaza, I believe. It's just on the outside of town, so not as expensive, but I mean, we walked every day. You could literally walk anywhere and everywhere. If you could eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? Pizza. Pizza or pasta. I've got Italian in me, so pizza, pasta, garlic bread. Oh, I do like a spaghetti bolognese. Or Hunter's chicken. Oh, it's a hard one. I'll say spaghetti bolognese and garlic bread. What's your favourite time of year? I used to say winter because it's my birthday, Christmas, like Halloween. I know it's in autumn, but you know, from like October to January. But now I want to say spring. So like March, April, you know, it's not too cold, it's just starting to get warm. Theme parks open up and they're not too busy. Yeah, I would have to say spring. What's your favourite thing to do? Stay at home sitting in my pyjamas, literally. If I could live in a house 24/7, I think I would. Although saying that, I do like to get out and go on a walk, and I think when he's older I'm going to try and get out of the house as much as possible, because I don't want him to be one of them kids on the iPad or doesn't know how to play outside. He's gone to sleep. Where are you from? So currently live on the south coast, in between Southampton and Portsmouth. I was originally born in London, pretty much lived here my whole life. Moved in with my partner 2 years ago. Why did you want to start YouTube? I think personally just to grow my confidence, and I'm going to be honest, money. I think everyone does it for money, to be honest. Maybe not like the old school vloggers like Zoe, Alfie, you know, all of them lot, Saffron, Anastasia. You know, they all started before influencing was a thing, and they've just carried on, obviously. But all these people that sit there and say it's to make memories, you can make memories without posting. You can, you know, if you have to post it, privatize it. I think personally it's just people don't want to say they want to make money. I mean, obviously they're doing it to make money, aren't they? Because who wouldn't? And you know, if you grow big, or not even grow big, if you just make enough money to then work from home, do things in your own time. Maybe it's that they just want time to not actually go out and get a real job, which essentially I'm trying to do. But yeah, all these YouTubers that say they do it to keep the memories, and it's like, the video is on your phone for life. Upload it to iCloud and you have it for life. You don't have to post it on YouTube to remember the memories. What made you not decide to show your child's face? Easy. I watch the Dad Challenge podcast, and if you watch him, you'll know the reasons why you shouldn't post your child. There's a lot of weirdos out there. There's a lot of horrible people out there, and you know, he's my baby. I don't need the world to see him. The world doesn't need to know all of his ins and outs. I've decided to put myself on here. He hasn't, and I'm not going to make money off of him. What have you got your baby for Christmas? I'm struggling to decide what to get for my baby, and I would love some ideas. This is a hard one as well, because I said I wasn't going to get him anything because he's going to be 5 months come Christmas. I've only got him a ball pit, which I know he's still too young to use, but I thought I want him to have something. It's Christmas, I love Christmas, so why wouldn't I get him something? I understand some people don't have the money, so you could maybe get a few books, sensory toys. You know, they don't need much at all, do they? They're not gonna remember, and you're just gonna clog up your house with a load of pointless rubbish. What are your goals for 2025? Get fit again, probably get down to my pre-pregnancy weight, so I've probably got about a stone left to lose. I was 8 stone 5 before pregnancy. I got up to 10 stone 6, and I'm currently 9 stone 7. So I'd like to lose another stone, but I'm not putting pressure on myself, but that would be a goal for 2025, is get more fit and healthy. Also, probably eat better as well, because obviously he's going to start eating, so I've got to make dinners for him as well, and obviously I want him to eat veg, lots of veg and fruit. So if I show by what I'm eating, he'll hopefully want to eat it. Other goals, just starting enjoying life more, I suppose. I take a lot for granted. You know, I've got a roof over my head, I've got food, I've got everything I could possibly want, and I don't think I appreciate it enough. So I'd like to appreciate things a bit more, I suppose. Would that be a goal? I don't know. I've got a few more questions here, but I've realised I've been talking for about 30 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up and say goodbye, because you don't want to keep listening to me ramble. If you would like another one, or a more in-depth, like get to know me, or even a pregnancy birth story, do let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.